Hello students, a very good morning, good afternoon to all of you. Welcome to Gradeup, India's largest online educational platform. आप सभी का आज के सेशन में स्वागत है. And a very good afternoon. I can see a few people have joined in. Today's session is based on verbs, guys. We have taken up a few sentences based on verbs, and we'll have an interactive session. I will show you the sentences. You have to go ahead and tell me which part of the sentence has an error. Okay, so we shall start in a minute. Sorry for being late. There was a bit of a technical issue from my end. Regret the inconvenience. Let's start. Let me check on YouTube how many people have joined in. Okay, I can see quite many have joined in on YouTube as well as the app. Okay, wonderful. So let's start the session, guys. Before I start, I would like you to take a screenshot of this schedule for people who've joined in just today. Okay, be online on those times and the days mentioned in the schedule. Okay, please take a screenshot of this one and be online on YouTube. Also, do like, share, and subscribe so that it can benefit more and more students. We shall start the session now. The first question goes, this is the first question. It says the students were nervous as the exam did not begin on time. I'm sure most people would be able to answer this one. Can you tell me which part of the sentence has an error on this one? Which part of the sentence has an error? Okay, people are saying B. All right, absolutely, guys. Let me tell you the difference here. Always remember, whenever you have do, does, did, or any of the modal verbs, if you have do, does, did, or any of the modal verbs, after this you should always put the first form of the verb only. So here you have did. After did, you cannot put begun because this is the third form of the verb. So you have to put V1, which is begin. So which is the first form of the verb. So the error lies in part B. Whoever said B was absolutely correct on this one, guys. Okay, yes, begin is absolutely right. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question is, the teacher was scolded the students as none of them completed their homework on time. Tell me which part of the sentence has an error on this one. Okay, a pretty easy one. Again, when you read the sentence in a flow, you tend to understand the meaning of the sentence, guys. It says the teacher was scolded the students. If you say the teacher was scolded, it is in the passive voice, which actually means the teacher himself or herself was scolded. But here, I'm not talking about the teacher being scolded. I'm talking about the students being scolded by the teacher. And this is an active voice, so you cannot say the teacher was scolded. You should say the teacher scolded the students as none of them completed their homework on time. So error is in part A. You cannot put was over there. It has to be in the active voice. Okay. So this was the error. Guys, you can expect error-based questions in your law exams, in your CLAT exams. Mostly it is reading comprehension centric, but you may get error-based questions as well. You may get questions based on correct usage. You may get questions based on vocab also. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question number 3. It says various species of birds can be saw during the monsoon season in the northern part of India. Okay, can you tell me which part of the sentence has an error on this one? Pretty easy one. Yes, absolutely. I've got a few answers from you people. Okay, again, remember a small concept I'm giving you. Whenever you have be in a sentence, after be in the active voice, you will generally have the fourth form of the verb, which is ing verb. Or in the passive voice, you will have the third form of the verb. Okay, the third form of the verb, you already know the third form, which is the third form of the verb. So after be, if you are writing a main verb, it will either be the fourth form or the third form. But here, after be, saw is being written. Saw is verb, second form of verb. You cannot write the second form of verb after be. It has to be seen. Okay, because this is in the passive voice. So the sentence should be, various species of birds can be seen during the monsoon season in northern part of India. Okay, so error should be here in part B. Whosoever said B was absolutely correct in this one. Okay, I'll make the chat public in the app. Okay, done. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 4. Okay, read the question. It says, being it a rainy day, they had to cancel the plan of going to the picnic. Tell me which part of the sentence has an error on this one. Okay, being absolutely right. Guys, look at this concept. A few of you have answered it correctly, but let me tell you the concept here also. Okay, now in this sentence, suppose I talk about V1, first form, second form, third form, and fourth form. Suppose V1 and V5 I talk about. Like I say, eat or eats. This is V1, V5. Second form becomes ate, third form becomes eaten, fourth form becomes eating, ing. Similarly, when I say am, are, be, and is. Am, are, be is first form, is fifth form. Past, second form, it becomes was, were. Third form is been, B-E-E-N, and fourth form is being, B-E-I-N-G. So here I say been it a rainy day. You cannot say been it a rainy day. You have to change it to it being a rainy day. It being a rainy day, they had to cancel the plan of going to the picnic. So you have to remove a. It should be it being a rainy day. Now let me tell you, this is the combination of two sentences. Like when I say it was a rainy day, I decided to stay at home. Suppose this is the sentence. Combining these two sentences, you can write it like this. It being a rainy day, I decided to stay at home. So the actual meaning of this sentence is a combination of these two sentences. Similarly, here it means it was a rainy day, they had to cancel. Okay, two sentences have been combined and it has been written as it being a rainy day, they had to cancel the plan of going to the picnic. So error was in part A. Whosoever said A was absolutely right. Wonderful. Okay, let's move on to the next question, guys. Next question says, I was got defeated by my best friend in the online typing speed test. Can you tell me which part of the sentence has an error? It's a pretty simple one, guys. Again, it says, I was got defeated. Now remember, you either write I was defeated or you write got defeated. You cannot write both. Okay, you either write got defeated or was defeated. It actually, this is acting like a helping verb and this sentence is in passive voice. If I say, I was used to driving on the right when I was in the US. I was used to driving on the right when I was in the US. You can either write was or in place of was, you can write got. I got used to driving on the right. So let me tell you both sentences. This is in the passive voice. You either write was or you write the right got. You cannot write both. So error is in part A. Whosoever said A was absolutely right. Okay, error was in part A. Okay, next question, guys. Next question, question number 6, it says, all children are ought to be obedient to their students. Okay, tell me which part of the sentence has an error on this one. Okay, I've got a few answers on the app as well. Okay, if you are saying no error, okay, D, say no error. Okay, when you say all children are ought to be obedient. Now let me tell you here, most people are saying no error on this one. When you say ought to, this is actually called a modal verb. MODAL. These are called modal verbs. Which are modal verbs? Like can, could, may, might, shall, should, will, would, ought to, must, used to, dare to. Okay? If I say we must respect our parents or elders, okay? Suppose it's parents here. We must respect our parents. In place of must, you can write ought to as well. We ought to respect our parents. Now you tell me, can I write are before must? Can are be written before must? Okay, now understand this. Must can be equal to ought to. Like in ought to, you can write must in place of ought to here. All children are must to be obedient to their parents. Does the sentence look correct? What is the error? Here are cannot be written. Because this itself is acting like a phrasal verb. All these modal verbs are types of helping verbs only. They act like helping verbs. I would not call them helping verbs, but they act like helping verbs. So because you cannot put this another helping verb before one helping verb. Two helping verbs cannot go together here. So that's the reason I remove are. The sentence should be all children ought to be obedient. After ought to, you have to write be. Similarly, must be obedient or ought to be obedient. Both are right. So error is in part A. You cannot write R over there. Whosoever said A was right, whosoever said no error was incorrect. Okay? Cannot write R over there. The R should be removed from this particular sentence. I hope that is clear. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question number 7 says, India should and must appeal to all the countries to declare Pakistan a terror state. Which part of the sentence do you think has an error on this one, guys? Okay. People are saying error is in part A. Now, this one, there is no error. Sentence is absolutely right. India should and must appeal. इंडिया को करना चाहिए और उसको इंडिया को करना चाहिए अपील दूसरे कंट्रीज को टू डिक्लेयर पाकिस्तान a terror state. Absolutely, there is no error in this sentence. It can be said like this. Okay, no error. Absolutely, the usage is completely okay. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question number 8 says, Sudeep must attended the class regularly, else he will not be allowed to sit in the final examinations. Tell me which part of the sentence has an error. This one should be pretty easy for you guys. It's a pretty easy question. So I hope all of you should get the right answers on this one. Yes, two models can be used, not a problem. Two models can be used together. Whoever asked that question in the previous sentence, it's absolutely okay, no problem. Okay, yes, pretty. I actually discussed this. Always remember whenever you have do, does, did, or modal verbs. I explained this. After this, always you put the V1, the first form of the verb. So here must is what? A modal verb. After modal, attended is written. But attended is what? Second form of verb. You cannot put the second form. You have to put the first form, which says attend is right. Okay, so remember, error is in part A. Whosoever said A was absolutely right. Guys, remember this. After do, does, did, and modal, you always put the first form of the verb. What after is, am, are, was, were? Can you tell me what comes after these? After these, you can put the third form, you can put the fourth form as well. Like, the apple was eaten by her. The apple was eaten, that is third form of the verb. I am eating the apple. Eating is what? Fourth form of the verb. After has, have, had, what do you put? You always put the third form of the verb. Okay, this should be registered to your brains. You will never make mistakes there. Okay, so sentences should, Sudeep must attend the class regularly. Can I say she does not goes to college regularly? Or we did not knew the answer. Now the same concept applies which is written here. What did I tell you? After does, you always put the first form. So you have to say she does not go to college regularly. She does not go to college regularly. Similarly, she did not knew, K-N-E-W. When you put K-N-E-W, this is the second form, the past form of the verb. But what you should put? The first form. So the sentence should be, she did not know the answer. Sorry, we did not know the answer. Okay, so remember this, a very important concept. Okay? Okay, let's move on to the next question, guys. Question number 9 says, three people were arrested by the police, but one released. Tell me which part of the sentence has an error on this one. Think carefully, read the sentence, understand the meaning, and then think whether it has a grammatical error or not. Guys, look at this sentence. If I say, I am happy, but he's sad. I am happy, but he's sad. According to I have written am over here. So according to he, I have to write is. Otherwise, the sentence will be incorrect. I am happy, but he is sad, right? Similarly, when I say three people were released, according to people, you've written a were. Sorry, three people were arrested. So according to people, you've written a were. Three people were arrested by the police, but one released? No, one was released. You have to put a was after one. Okay, so if the verb is missing, there is a problem of subject-verb agreement. The verb is not there. So error is in part C. Whosoever said C was absolutely right on this one. Okay, error was in part C. Understood? A very simple concept. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, question number 10. It says, Mukul has and will always be my friend. Mukul has and will always be my friend. Which part of the sentence is as the error? HB Krishna, by the police can be written or it cannot be written if understood. But even if you write by the police in the previous question, it's absolutely right, not a problem at all. Confirmation. I hope it's working now, yes. Is it still buffering? It's working, great. Okay, let's come to the answer to this question, guys. Let me tell you again a quick recap of what we learned. V1, V2, V3, V4. Okay, I told you am, are, be, and is. These can be classified in first form, fifth form. Second form is was, were. Third form is been, B-W-E-N. And fourth form is being, B-E-I-N-G. Also, we learned that after do, does, did, and model verbs, you put the first form of the verb. After has, have, and had, you put the third form of the verb. Okay, that is clear to all. Now look here carefully, guys. You have has also. This is the helping verb. And you have will also. Will is called the model verb. Will is called the model verb. Now look here. After model verb, what do you put? You put the first form of the verb. So you have be. Be is what? Be is the first form of the verb. Where is it written? Look here. V1, V5. So am, are, and be are V1, first form of the verb. Is fifth form of the verb. So you're putting be, which is first form. Okay. But after has, can first form come? No. After has, only third form of the verb comes. So after has, you have to put been. Been is what? Look here. Been is the third form of the verb. So the sentence should be, Mukul has been and will always be my friend. So after has, been has to be written because been is the third form of the verb. Error was in part A. Whosoever said A was absolutely right on this one. Okay. Guys, I would actually really appreciate if you pay attention. For students on YouTube, I mostly see that you people actually chat among yourselves. If you really want to chat among yourselves, this is not the platform for you. Okay, if you come here, you are here to learn. Okay, do not distract yourselves and do not distract others, guys. Okay, so I hope you understood the concept here. The sentence should be Mukul has been and will always be my friend. Okay, so this was the last question of the day. And also let me tell you about the CLAT 2021 course, which is being launched by Gradeup. Okay, the faculties here are Surajit sir. You must be aware of these faculties. Surajit sir will be teaching you legal reasoning. Shantanu sir for current affairs, Savitri ma'am for critical reasoning. I will be teaching you English, and Ankit sir will be training you on analytical reasoning, and Pranav sir on quant and DI. Okay, so if you want to enroll, take the trial class. You can click in the description box below. Okay, and take the trial class there. Okay. This is a comprehensive course. Let me tell you about the course as well. It's a 1 year program in which you get a day-wise study plan to reach your dream National Law University. You get more than 330 live classes according to new CLAT pattern and IELTS pattern, because recently it has been seen that they keep on changing their pattern. So we will train you on the latest pattern. Okay. Next question next point says you get more than 7,000 practice questions. You also get mock tests for CLAT, IELTS, SLAT, and MAH, CT, BA, LLB. You also get topic-wise quizzes and PDFs for revision as well. Okay. You'll also get full coverage of current affairs and legal knowledge. You can start the free trial by clicking on the description in the link below. Okay. You can call this number for any purchase related queries as well. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching the session. I hope you learned something from today's session. Be online for regular such sessions. Do subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon for notifications as well. Okay, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next session. Until then, goodbye, take care, and stay safe, everyone. Bye-bye.